Good evening, and welcome to this special investigative report on Karachi, Pakistan's economic backbone, its largest metropolis, and, increasingly, its most troubled city. Once known as the City of Lights, Karachi today grapples with violence, structural failures, crime, and governance breakdowns that threaten the lives and livelihoods of over 20 million residents. Tonight, we explore not just the headlines, but the deeper forces behind them and the paths toward real solutions. A devastating gas explosion in Karachi's Soldier Bazaar recently killed at least 16 people, including women and children, after a residential building partly collapsed. Emergency crews continue to search under rubble while families mourn loved ones. Officials have ordered inquiries into safety standards, but residents ask, how did this tragedy become so predictable? Let's talk about the daily reality, safety, and infrastructure in decline. The most alarming crisis facing Karachi today is not a distant war. It is the everyday danger on its streets. According to official data, over 64,000 street crimes, including robberies, snatchings, and vehicle thefts, were reported in 2025, with many more incidents going unreported. More than 70 people have been killed in street crimes alone. These figures are not abstract statistics. They represent young lives stolen, parents unable to provide safe education, and citizens fearful even in broad daylight. From main boulevards to alleys, criminals operate with growing boldness, eroding public confidence in law enforcement and institutional protection. Meanwhile, the failure of basic infrastructure, from broken roads and open storm drains to weak sewage and drowning streets, underscores a city that's not just unsafe, but unplanned and neglected. Residents reported 30,000 motorcycles stolen in just a few months, and hundreds of homes lacking clean water or reliable energy. Let's overview on the broken system, governance, corruption, and accountability. Many of Karachi's deepest problems stem not from a lack of ideas, but from a lack of governance. Investigations reveal systemic corruption in civic agencies, from the Sindh Building Control Authority to traffic and revenue departments, where bribes, political interference, and unregulated construction have become common. Buildings rise without inspection, drains get filled with garbage, and public safety codes go unenforced. The city's fractured governance, split across provincial authorities, federal agencies, cantonment boards, and local jurisdictions, means no single authority can enforce laws or coordinate development effectively. The result, a governance vacuum where ordinary citizens bear the cost. Karachi's economy contributes roughly 25% of Pakistan's GDP and handles most foreign trade, yet millions of residents live with crumbling public services, water shortages, and declining trust in public institutions. The contrast between economic importance and civic collapse is stark. Another major issue is human cost, lives, livelihoods, and resilience. Beyond numbers, Karachi's crisis profoundly affects daily life. Families now budget for private water deliveries because piped supply is unreliable. Broken roads and unlit streets increase accident risks and fear after sunset. Children are more likely to encounter street crime than safe play spaces. Urban drainage failures turn light rains into floods, while garbage and pollution threaten health. The socioeconomic impact is particularly acute for women and vulnerable populations who face harassment, transport barriers, and limited safe employment options. These daily pressures reduce quality of life and limit Karachi's human potential. The city's economic engine is also sputtering. Extortion, rising operational costs, and insecurity are pushing businesses toward instability. Associations representing traders and industrialists have demanded meaningful protection from government and law enforcement, warning that business closures will further exacerbate unemployment and urban decay. Water shortages, gas rationing, unreliable energy supply, and disorganized public transport have forced families to create expensive private solutions, from water tankers to generators, just to survive daily life. Citizens question whether their taxes are serving them at all. We talked about all the major problems, but where is path forward from crises to recovery? Karachi will not be fixed through slogans or blame games, but the city can be restored through a clear, citizen-centered roadmap. Empowered, well-funded local government, reinstate and strengthen local governance structures with genuine autonomy and resources. Local leaders must be accountable to residents, not distant political elites. Police reform and community safety. Conduct a full overhaul of policing, including modern training, community partnerships, transparent FIR systems, and expanded patrols to rebuild public trust. Infrastructure overhaul. Fix roads, drainage, water networks, and public transport with transparent bidding and active citizen oversight to ensure funds are used for public good, not corruption. Enforce safety standards, building inspections, fire codes, gas system regulations, and emergency planning must become mandatory, with severe penalties for violations. Public participation. Residents must be part of planning processes. Community feedback mechanisms will ensure plans reflect real needs, not political agendas. Public money is not personal luxury. Instead of purchasing 10 billion rupees luxury jets, helicopters, SUVs, high-end cars, Hilux vehicles, renovating official residences, expanding chief ministers' houses, paying excessive perks, free electricity, unlimited petrol, and lavish benefits for office holders, those funds must be redirected toward Karachi's real needs. Fix the drainage system. Modernize policing. Repair roads. Ensure clean water supply. Build safe schools and hospitals. Enforce building safety laws. Public office is a responsibility, not a lifestyle upgrade. If leaders truly care about the people, spending priorities must reflect public welfare, not elite comfort. These solutions require political will, community collaboration, and accountability, but they are achievable. Karachi's crisis is serious, but it is not hopeless. By facing the truth about governance failures, infrastructure decay, and law enforcement gaps, the city's leaders and citizens can chart a path toward rebuilding. Karachi's heartbeat still pulses in its hardworking people, its entrepreneurs, and its youth. The tragedy lies not in the city's struggles, but in the possibility that they might be ignored indefinitely. With transparent leadership, empowered local governance, and civic cooperation, Karachi can become safe, livable, and prosperous again. Not overnight, but step by step, with determination and accountability. Thank you for watching this investigative report. If you believe in Karachi's potential, share this video, subscribe for more in-depth analysis, and join the conversation on how we can rebuild the city together.